Yo, what's up, and welcome back to the Movie Newbie. This is episode 110. Yeah, that's right. It is 110. That's what's up.
It's crazy. That's crazy. I love how you
doing?
slap the mic before you start anything.
Yeah, because I'm
slap
not
the
gonna,
mic.
Well, how do I clap? Like, I need both hands.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But you just you did so vigorously. You were like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's record this right now.
Yeah, that's what I do. I spank that mic.
You sure do.
You guys want to hear
You
it?
pimp slap the mic.
In a non.
Ooh, okay, that's triggering.
Yeah. Trigger
We did not
warning.
condone violence,
Yeah,
just so the
no,
listeners know.
No, it's a
Sorry if I hurt your
non-sexual
ears.
platonic slap.
Yeah.
But yeah, as usual, joining me on this show is Raph and Ollie. How about you guys? Say hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás? Sí, muy bien. ¿Y tú?
Muy bien. Estoy bien.
Sí, estoy bien.
See, this is what always happens. You guys kind of like...
¿Por qué? ¿Por qué, Oli?
You
¿Por qué?
throw me under the bus
Tú
with
no
these
hablas,
intros.
Tú no hablas español.
Well, because you've taken Spanish.
Sí,
That's
sí,
what I
sí.
know. Hola,
Sí.
hola. Sí, sí, sí,
Una
sí.
cerveza, por favor.
Visitaros
cerveza,
Barcelona.
por favor.
Sí, sí.
Estoy...
Estoy
bad.
fuck.
Estoy fuck.
I was trying to find the word for angry. Descansado?
That's actually...
I think that's
Es-
sleepy.
es-
right?
No,
es muy
cansado
difícil.
is, cansado is
Es muy
tired.
difícil, sí,
Yeah.
cantar.
I don't know what angry
Yo no
is.
sé. Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
No, I don't know.
No sé.
I know.
Sé.
Yeah.
Sé, yo sé.
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
Yo no sé.
Anyway, hello.
Yeah, that's Ollie. That's Raph.
And we're Spanish now.
Yeah. How have you guys been doing since the last time?
Wait, what did we do last time? Oh, we did sci-fi. We did
Sci-fi.
Your theme.
Virtual
Yeah,
sci-fi.
We did
Yeah.
AI, artificial
Yeah.
intelligence.
Although we weren't in the same room.
Yeah, it was the
So
first
thi-
time we did remote in a while. How does
Yeah.
it feel to be back in the same room?
Yeah,
So
it feels
good.
organic.
Yeah.
So good. I feel like I'm back in the mother's
Yeah.
womb. You know, comfy, cozy.
You s-
Right where I'm supposed to
Yeah,
be.
That's true.
So before we started recording, I forgot why I wanted to do this section, but now I remember. It's because Ollie always says, this is one of my favorite films. And then we're like...
That's true. You
yeah,
do say that
this
quite
is
often.
one of my all-time favorite films, and it's like every film.
You know what? I get
Wait.
it. I get it.
Now I
the man
remember.
lives.
Is that
Now I
a
remember.
logically inaccurate statement? If someone can have hundreds of favorite films, you know?
I mean, that's why I
Yeah,
find
well,
this
see,
question.
that's why I want to have like a temporary top 5 right now. You know, like, because everyone has a top 5 and it always changes. You know, like your favorite song or your favorite whatever.
true.
You know, your favorite bag of crisps or your favorite beer, you
Your
know.
favorite pants.
Your favorite pants or trousers, you
Yeah.
know.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
So, I totally forgot about it until today. So, this is going to be definitely an in the moment kind of thing. But I still
Yeah.
have like a few that I know off the
Yeah,
top
Ollie
of my head.
definitely did not revise this.
No, I
It's
actually...
gonna come purely.
This
coming
is so out of character for me, but I actually came prepared.
Oh,
I did my homework.
Well,
Yeah.
actually, I was being sarcastic with the way I was saying because I always think you do prepare.
No, that is true. That's what I was trying to be sarcastic.
Damn it! So neither of us are reading our sarcasm.
we all fucking
No.
It's not
three,
working.
Three steps
it
ahead.
will surprise nobody that I was a massive nerd at school. So yeah, I enjoy doing
Still
homework.
a nerd now.
All right, so shall we do
We love
Ow.
nerds.
like in a row, like number 5, and then we go each, or do we want to go
Oh
like
man, I didn't
5
even
to
think
1?
to actually number them.
Oh,
I've
these are
got
just-
5.
Okay,
but-
you've just got 5.
Yeah,
I mean, I
let's go
could like
one by one.
arbitrarily number them. But
Okay, let's
it
just
won't-
go 1, 1, 1 until we hit 5. It doesn't have
Okay.
to be in order.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great.
Can we give a little bit of
Yeah.
preamble
Yeah, yeah,
about?
Yes, we know you have
Yeah,
a
we
speech,
get
Ollie.
it.
No.
He's like,
You
I actually
pockets.
came.
Yeah, he prepared.
Yeah.
I'm like someone at the Oscars.
Yeah,
trying to go-
I'm so
I
unprepared.
did not
yeah.
expect
Like
this.
this.
Anyway,
What's fucking
when I was
Raph?
3,
Raph's gonna be like, well, it's not the movie per se, but it's actually the way the movie feels.
It's about the feeling of the film.
Yeah.
It's about the mood.
How
And
it makes
if-
you move, me.
if I can be more like Jeff Bridges when I'm like 50, then fantastic.
Mm.
I've done something right.
yeah, you. I could see you as a Jeff Bridges
I-
type in your later years.
I can also see that. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
go for that.
See a
I'm gonna
Nicholson.
go- Huh?
Nicholson.
Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson? Absolutely. I'll take
just like,
that.
just like
just
sitting
like-
on like a speedboat, like with a
Literally.
massive belly,
Cannes,
just like
just
smoking,
like
Literally, like in
eating like a Subway sandwich at the same time.
Yeah, how is that guy still like kicking?
with like beautiful models all around.
Yeah,
you.
literally, like in Lake Como or something, just like floating in the water
That'd be the life,
with his
man.
champagne.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
the life,
cigarette,
man. Yeah, he's still that guy is still just like.
Is he
you
like
know.
85?
I think he's not like that anymore.
No,
actually.
no, he's not.
I
mean,
think
it's been
he's
a
like
while.
quite
Senile?
I think he might. Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's lost his
That's
head a
not
little
bad.
bit, which happens at old age. I'm afraid.
Shout
But-
out to Jack.
Shout out
to Jack.
Yeah.
And to Jeff.
And to Jeff.
Yeah.
So yeah. So is it? Oh, should we? I just wanted to say a few words. I'll be very brief. I just wanted to say you said that the top 5 always changes, it always shifts, it evolves over time. I would say the 5 that I'm about to repeat.
Never.
These, like, I've stopped trying to update my top 5, as
Right.
it were.
Yeah.
Just because I very quickly realized that it's really difficult and really arbitrary. But when I was younger, I always had this top 5.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And you know, I liked what that says about me then. So I don't know if this is accurate for today, but this is what the films that, like, for example, I'm pretty sure I told Raph at one point when we were younger, these are my favorite films.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go back to that.
Okay.
But I don't know. But point is, I don't know if it's the most up to date or
Okay.
current
Okay.
list.
Well, taking inspiration from you, I have my list now, but I'm gonna tell you guys what my top 5 was when I was a kid.
Oh fuck!
Ooh,
Okay.
interesting.
shit.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I
Let's
remember.
go.
I remember. So
Oh.
should I just say my top 5 when I was a kid?
Yeah,
Sure.
you're.
I won't tell you which movies are still there, but my favorite movies were Star Wars, number 4,
Mm-hmm.
A New Hope.
A New Hope.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, Two Towers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tenacious D,
What, the Pick of
The
Destiny?
Pick of Destiny. Yeah. Fucking love that film.
Yeah.
Come on, like
Great. Oh, no.
14-year-old boy.
Yeah, dude,
Like that is the best movie in the world.
The movie had an impression on me as well.
Yeah. Forrest Gump,
Nice.
and
yeah.
then I'd probably say like Space Jam or like Lion King or Jungle Book. It was always
Right
like
on.
one of those
3.
kinds of
Yeah.
things.
Space Jam was my favorite movie from the ages of like 5 to
Yeah.
8 or something.
Yeah,
I had
wow.
the soundtrack on CD,
Nice.
played the shit out of that thing.
Yeah. That took a lot of
Yeah,
That,
so that
movie
was my, like,
inspirational.
14, 13-year-old favorite films.
Nice.
Nice,
Not a bad list,
nice.
dude. Not a bad list. And now, what's
Now,
it now?
okay,
What's
so I'm
number
gonna
one?
give you. Well, I'm
Wait,
gonna
so
give you one.
we're doing
Yeah,
one
let's
each
do it
in a circle. Okay,
clockwise,
starting with
me, and then we'll go Raph, Ollie.
Fantastic.
Cool.
So, one of my top 5 right now, and forever will be, Mean Girls.
Yeah.
oh, nice.
Mean
Right
Girls.
on.
I think it stands the test of time. Well, actually, no. It's probably like really dated now, isn't it?
No, it is not.
Is it
I,
not?
I saw it
Yeah, I haven't
recently.
seen it
It's
recently.
Fantastic.
And I'm not
Yeah.
talking about this new one that
It's-
came out in 2023. I'm talking about like 2006.
Yeah, 2006.
Yeah,
Yeah. Tina Fey,
Tina
Amy
Fey.
Poehler,
Yeah.
Lindsay Lohan, Amanda
classic Lindsay.
Siegfried. Amanda.
Yeah.
Is it,
Yeah. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Who's the other girl? Who's
Rachel McAdams.
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many legends.
A lot of legends.
Great
Yeah.
film. Great film. Love
Yeah.
that shit. But yeah, I don't know. Should I spiel a little bit more? I
No,
don't know. It's
I
just
mean-
really
No,
funny.
It's
Yeah.
I think it was comedic genius. I think it's still probably one of the best comedies of the 21st
Yeah.
century. That with Bridesmaids.
I think I still quote it.
for sure
on a weekly
I still
basis,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
for sure.
I think I say you can't sit with us like all the time.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it takes a special kind of film to be that quotable.
Yeah, I think like
yeah.
Anchorman is the only other one for me that's that quotable.
Yeah. No, Mean Girls had a cultural impact, and rightly so. The writing in it is quite comedy. It's comedy gold. Yeah.
Tina Fey and Amy
Fey,
Poehler, man.
knocked it out
Amy
of the
Poehler,
park.
the legends. Yeah, so great.
Absolutely.
Raph.
Okay, top of my head. Favorite, I mean, like we said, this changes all the time. I find this question incredibly hard because how can you pick a favorite film? There are so many. But I think I will go at it in the way of, to narrow it down to help myself a little bit, I'll go in the way of what movie gave me, like, basically brought me into the world of the cinephile and made me into a cinema loving dude. So I will say The Matrix. I think The Matrix was definitely a movie that I thought was incredibly groundbreaking, revolutionary, unlike anything anyone had ever seen at the time. and it came out at the cusp of the century, 1999, and it just blew everyone away, including I was 6, 7 years old.
Yeah.
I probably watched it when I was 9 or 10, a little later on. But I remember just like having a huge impression on me. And that was really the first time I saw movie magic. When I was like, oh my God, movies are magical. And like that paved the way for me to be like, I want to see more films.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Matrix was, astounding.
Good answer. I remember when we got that on DVD. That was one of the first DVDs we had after
DVD,
we bought
real DVD?
Real DVD.
Yeah.
My dad bought a DVD player. We got like
Nice.
surround sound. My dad splurged on a new toy. It's like would have been 2000, 2001. And one of the first DVDs that he got, well, 2 DVDs he got were Matrix and Gladiator.
Ooh,
And that was
wow.
how he like test
Big time.
piloted the new tech.
Excellent.
Right. So I will start with well, actually, a couple of these films we've actually reviewed on the podcast, which is great.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So I'll start with one, Dazed and Confused. Yeah. I think I said it, and I know I get made fun of for saying it all the time, but that is actually, see, it's confirmed now, one of my favorite films. This is, I won't spend too long talking about it because I mentioned it back then on the episode. You should go listen to it. But this is kind of my comfort viewing.
Yeah.
When I'm feeling lonely or a little down, I turn to this film because it feels like slipping into a nice warm bath. There's a lot of nostalgia there, nostalgia for a time that I never lived in.
Yeah.
Great soundtrack, great performances, just a good time.
Just a good time.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Absolutely.
Very good.
Yeah.
That was a good first round of films, I would say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I would, yeah.
Yep.
I would watch those 3 films back to back.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
any day.
Mhm.
Yeah. 100%.
Well,
And you've got like there's a good like variety as well.
Totally.
Days of Confused,
Yeah.
Mean Girls, Matrix.
mm,
Yeah. I feel like Days of Confused and Mean Girls kind of, they can
That would be a
bit
great double
that's
double
a-
feature,
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
teen. That's a teen movie.
Because there's a lot of
category
mean
right there.
boys. There's mean girls and mean boys in Dazed and Confused.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is true. That is very true.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just like trying to think of my next film. So yeah, the next
We can
film.
give you more time if you need.
Well, I already mentioned it in my.
or we go back to Ollie and we go.
Well, I mentioned
He
it
has his
in my
list.
OG list. So the only film from my OG list, Forrest Gump. Yeah, I've always loved that film. I don't know. It's just the best soundtrack on any film ever, and mark my words, it is.
yeah.
It goes through the ages.
That piano riff.
It's funny. It's weird.
It's epic.
It's epic. It
goes through time.
It goes
You
through
go
time.
decades.
It's like the only other film that like I really hold in the same light is maybe like something like Orlando. Orlando's like a trippy version of that, and I really loved Orlando too. But yeah, I love Forrest Gump. I don't know. It was one of those movies where I was like, oh, this is like completely different from anything else I've seen when I first watched it. And yeah, it's always just been
Lieutenant Dane.
Dang.
Oh, fantastic film. And an indelible performance from Tom Hanks as well. Like that's pop cultural,
Yeah.
icon right
Like
there.
life is like a box of chocolates. Yeah.
Exactly. No,
You
absolutely.
never know what you're gonna get.
And it warms your little heart. It's a movie that you're like, oh, look at this film.
Yeah.
Darling, look at this film. It's so sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, great film, Forrest Gump. I've seen that one quite a few times.
I've seen
as
it so
well.
many
Yeah,
times,
It's definitely.
yeah.
It's not my favorite Robert Zemeckis, but it's up there for sure. Oh boy, it's just the second one. It's already hard.
With the Matrix 2. Oh no.
Matrix. Hey,
go again.
underrated.
What?
I'm sorry. That's
What
a-
that like
that's a
20-minute club scene where they're all like naked and like
Zion,
bro.
Come on, don't
That's
tell me you wouldn't want to go to
Yeah,
Zion.
come on and have a festival. That's literally you would
yeah,
love
yeah,
that.
no, I would love that, but I don't need to watch it for 20 minutes on this fucking like
Wrong. I think you
Yeah,
do.
wrong. That was my
You
sexual
also have the
awakening.
motorway. You also have the motorway sequence as well, which is one of the best.
And the
cars.
Smith fight. You kidding me?
Yeah.
Mr. Anderson, it is purpose that guides us. Purpose that. Okay. Anyways, it's not The Matrix Reloaded, but what is it gonna be, man? What is it gonna be, man? You know what? I do know. It's one of the first movies that my father introduced to me in my teenage years.
2 black, 1 cock
Two black, one cock. What does that even mean?
I don't know.
It's too black for a cock.
No, cancel.
We're gonna edit that. You're supposed to shit on this guy.
Sorry, it was just like here.
He shat on you
My
last
dad-
time.
my
You guys
dad.
have beef. Why is it me?
School of black cock.
Yeah, remember School of Rock? Well,
School of cock.
it's great. 40-year-old version. Anyways, let me say my film, goddammit. Yeah, he introduced me this when he, introduced me to all the greats like Hoffman and De Niro. And this one is Dog Day Afternoon, a truly staggering film, and the first time I got to witness not just Pacino doing his thing, but John Cazale, and also the introduction of Sidney Lumet, which became one of my favorite directors after I witnessed this film. And I went to see all his films after that, Network and Serpico, and I just fell in love with the first director that I think truly held so much influence in my journey in cinema. But Dog Day Afternoon, in terms of like performances, I don't think you get any higher than Pacino and what he did in this film.
Yeah, and another film that we reviewed on the podcast.
And another film that we reviewed on the podcast, absolutely.
It's a fantastic film.
Oh yeah, that was my Sidney Lumet theme.
Yeah,
Right on.
yeah. Oh, nice. For my second one, I will go with a film that I guess hasn't been brought up on this podcast before. Yee.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Edward. Yeah, no, just Yee, not Yee.
Great film.
Yeah, wait, have you seen
I
it?
have.
Oh.
2000, right? It's a Taiwanese
Yes,
film.
Edward Yang.
Edward
Yes,
Yang, yeah.
the late great Edward Yang.
Fantastic
He
film.
made this. I think he died like right after he made this film. But if you haven't, this is actually the film that's on my list that I saw for the first time most recently. I think I saw it about 7 years ago. It's like a 3-hour epic, but it's not. It's epic in scale, like in length, in running time, but it's not epic in terms of its scope, because it's really just about an extended family going through a period of tumult in modern day Taipei. I love this film because I actually lived for a few years in Taipei when I was younger, but also this is the kind of cinema that I respond to the most. Really simple yet deceptively complex at the same time storytelling, kind of something that feels like a Russian novel does. And it's a beautiful film. So I'd highly recommend it if you haven't seen it.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, I remember watching that film and it having an impression on not just the way it's filmed and the way it's told, but on the setting itself. Even though I never, I've only been to Taiwan once, it still kind of holds that like Southeast Asian spirit to it that I'm like, God, I want to be there. I want to be there. I want to eat there. I want to live there. And the performances are truly spectacular as well. Quite a great ensemble. Of actors.
Absolutely.
Yee. Yeah, I highly recommend. Yee.
Yeah, no, we should do a
Taiwanese
Southeast-
theme. You should
Oh,
do a
yeah.
Taiwanese theme,
Was
Ollie.
There's actually quite a few
Taiwan
good
Yeah,
considered
there's-
Southeast Asian.
No, it'd be considered
Oh, yeah.
East Asia.
Yeah,
East Asia, yeah.
that's true.
Or Northeast Asia.
Okay, maybe we should do East Asian gems or something like that.
For
'Cause
sure,
we've done
yeah,
Southeast
yeah.
Asian gems.
We've done Hong Kong films, haven't we, as well?
Yeah, we have.
Just
Infernal
Hong Kong?
Affairs.
No, we've never done just Hong Kong.
Oh, did
It
we
was
not?
part of Southeast. Oh no, Infernal Affairs was part of your crime.
Oh,
mafia
yeah, that's true.
thing.
Yeah. I think we can certainly fit. We could
We should
build,
do Hong Kong then.
We could
Yeah.
do a lot of themes built around
Yeah,
Eastern
because
cinema.
I think you were talking about Shaw Brothers or something. Like
Yeah. And you were going to do you've always been
I
threatening
want
to do a Kung Fu series
Yeah.
or a Jackie Chan series. I would
Yeah,
love
we were
that.
thinking about that too.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyways, another favorite of mine. I'm gonna go with look for the bare necessities. of simple necessity. The original Jungle Book.
Yeah.
The original Jungle Book
Jungle
is.
Book,
I think if you asked me when I was like 4,
yeah.
you ask me now, what's your
Same
favorite
thing.
film?
Yeah.
It's probably gonna. Jungle Books definitely has to be there.
Did you like Jon Favreau's Jungle Book?
Which one was that?
The reimagining, the
Well,
live
because
sort
action.
there
of
was-
like
there was two
photorealistic
that came
one.
out in the same year.
That's true.
Oh,
There
there's the
was
one that
Circus
Andy
one,
Serkis
yeah.
did. Yeah, the other one, the Disney one.
The
we're
Disney
The
talking
one,
Disney
about.
one, the one with like Childish Gambino. Oh no, that's
Lion King.
Lion King.
Yeah.
I never liked them. Like,
fair enough.
it's because
Artistically bankrupt is
no,
what I
well,
would call
it's
them.
there's
Those
something
remakes.
about like the photorealistic, like very realistic animals showing human emotion. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Agreed.
While animated human, like animated animals showing human emotions is fine. But when it's like, for example, okay, let's talk about like Lion King, because I can't remember the live action Jungle Book, but the Lion King one, like Simba showing sadness that Mufasa died, and if you don't know the spoiler, fuck yourself.
Sorry, y'all. You heard it here first.
Seriously. But I remember just seeing the face, and I was like, this doesn't work. I don't like it.
I agree. It's because the eyes don't emote in the same way that cartoon eyes do. There's a reason why cartoon eyes are typically big. It's because they need to carry
It's
a
like
lot of
the
weight.
DreamWorks face, you know, like the DreamWorks face.
The Shrek?
Well, no, like DreamWorks, when they were animating and they were like pretty popular back in the day. I don't know if they're still popular now, but like they have the DreamWorks face, and it's like this really weird emotion where they're like, huh?
Oh.
And they have like one eyebrow up.
I did not know about this.
Is that a thing?
It's
like
a thing. It's like a
meme?
meme, but it's like I remember it was coming up, and it was like it's because it's animated in a way where the animals or things that are not human are given human emotion and human facial.
Yeah.
That uncanny valley kind of thing.
I don't know what that
perhaps.
is. What's uncanny valley?
It's when it looks so close, but
Not really. Yeah.
to something that's real, but then there's also something clearly not real about it, and then you're in that neither here nor there zone, which feels off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the Lion King. Yeah, I think the Lion King. They went really too far with the photorealism. I thought Jon Favreau did a pretty good job at retelling the Jungle Book. I was a fan. I was like, I don't mind this. It kind of recaptures the essence. But I understand your point, and that to the point where I don't like anime translate into live action. So
anime or animation?
Both animation, but specifically anime.
Okay.
Going into live action, I feel like it can't translate because anime is such a specific. There's such specific characteristics in capturing animation, anime animation.
Yeah.
Just
I
like
think there's
Avatar:
something-
Last Airbender.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about it now, but I'm just saying, like, don't watch it.
Oh, that one that came out in like 20.
No, the
No,
one that
one
came
that-
out like last week.
Yeah.
Oh shit! One came out last
There's a
week.
Netflix series adaptation
Oh
of
yeah, because
Avatar: The
Netflix has
Last
been doing
Airbender.
that with like
One Piece,
One Piece
and all that.
Bebop and
Cowboy
Cowboy
Bebop.
Bebop.
There's something very cringe about anime talk when it's real people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, gee, gosh!" Like
Yeah.
it's weird when people in live action.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But let's
yeah.
not get on a tangent. Raph, what's your third favorite film?
I'm
Or-
gonna have to go with something French here. I think Astérix et Obélix Mission Cléopâtre is what I'm gonna go for. I don't know if you guys have even heard
is
of
that
this film.
Asterix?
Yeah, Asterix and Obelix.
The cartoon, or is it like
no,
a
it's
live
a
action?
live. It's a
From
live
the
action
50s,
comedy.
right?
No, from the 2000s.
Oh, shit.
And it was a comedy that pretty much
Gérard Depardieu.
Gérard Depardieu, ouais, Alain Chabat. It was directed by Alain Chabat, who's a great comedian, great director. But it captured, it literally held France in a giggle, that film, because every French person has either quoted that film or knows that film or has something to do with that film, right? It really is like the epitome of French comedy because of like its satirical nature and because of just how easy it is to watch. Like you could watch that film and quote it. It's your Mean Girls. It's your quotable like American, comedy. So that I've watched that with my family probably over 10 times. Like it's a traditional, almost a traditional Christmas thing, right? Where you watch that. So I would have to put that on top of my category just because it held an impression, and there's a reason why I keep going back to it.
Oh, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
I've never seen that, but I'm going to check it out.
It's-
Does it translate?
No,
Do you find
so
it funny
that's-
if you're not
I
French?
don't think so.
I've watched some French comedies and they're like with French friends and I'm like, this is hysterical.
Yeah.
But like I just wasn't.
There's some that
Getting on the
translate.
rhythm.
There's some that can
Yeah.
do the job, but I think
It's-
this is
It's like
just,
shit, like rhyming, like and
Yeah,
puns
exactly.
like that.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
even when
Right.
like I tell an Arabic joke in English, it's just like it is not funny. In
Yeah, there's
English,
just some things that can be translated, right? Which is again why it's so purely French, because I think only French people will get it, right?
Yeah.
It just, and I think comedy is a very hard thing to recapture in the English or in another language,
Sure.
or to be dubbed or anything like that, because of the specificity of the actual comedy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, maybe I won't watch it then.
Well, I don't. I mean,
I'm kind of curious though.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
yeah,
I'll check it out.
Check it out. But yeah.
Okay, for my third film, I will go with another film that we've reviewed on the podcast. In the Mood for Love.
Yeah, Work I Want.
Yep.
Yeah. Going back to the east.
Yeah, going
Have
back to
to.
the east, of course.
Yeah, it's not the most inspired answer perhaps, because I think this film has only risen in the critical or like global estimation in recent years. Like I think in the most recent Sight and Sound list, which they do every 10 years,
Yeah.
I think it cracked the top
It was
10
like
for the first time.
7th or something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that,
yeah, exactly. But I just think, again, we did a whole
Yeah.
episode on it, so I
Yeah.
really don't need to retread it
Yeah,
again.
you know when
I love
something
it.
is hitting hard when you see like fake posters on like Brick Lane or in Camden Market,
Oh,
and In the Mood is everywhere now.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think I have like maybe a good like handful of friends
don't
who
you
have the poster.
don't
No,
you have a thing here?
I refuse to have one in this
Oh.
house.
I,
Because everyone has one.
I've ordered several copies of a poster and then had to bin them basically because they weren't high quality enough. Because I've been looking for a specific vintage poster
Yeah.
for years. But yeah, agreed. It's it's a bit of it's a
Yeah.
bit of a cliche.
It's
at
like
this point.
having like Clockwork Orange or like
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Or 2001: A Space
Yeah,
Odyssey,
yeah,
or
yeah.
or Scarface
or
when you were in high
Scarface,
school.
yeah,
Yeah.
literally, or Godfather or whatever.
But like or that Le Chat Noir,
Yeah.
white French.
Yeah, which again, like it's nice because it holds with one of the greats. Like it has really like become that popular both in trend and in art and popular culture. So
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
people
absolutely.
people love the aesthetic of Mood.
I think it's like the most Tumblr film
Oh,
ever.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But it's
yeah.
also genuinely like I think one of the greatest works of art ever
yeah.
committed to
Oh,
screen.
for
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
In my opinion, also Prince Charles. You know how popular that film is because they play it pretty much every week.
Yeah.
Wow, they
Um,
played every week.
So that's how popular it is, and you know
Wow.
that cinema is in Chinatown as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, anyway, that's my answer.
I wonder
good.
what like a 5D like version of that film would be like when you could smell. You know, have you ever been to those like
Or like the sniff
where
and
they like like in the future,
Scratch
maybe
and
in like 50 years from now, right? You can like immerse yourself in
smell
a
the
film where you
music.
could like smell.
Oh,
what's
it'd be like
going
all
on.
the I think I even said it on that episode. You could
Yeah,
practically
literally.
smell the rain coming off the hot
and the
sidewalk,
cigarettes and stuff,
and the
yeah.
cigarettes and the noodles, the noodle bar.
Because it's such an immersive film. Like you really feel like you're sucked into the screen, and I feel like that would be a perfect like you could make like a perfume in that vibe, or like you said, like it's like a whole Tumblr profile because you can
Yeah.
literally take every photo or like still from that movie and just like Tumblr it up.
Yeah. I think In the Mood for Love is a great name for a perfume as well. Just
Yeah.
In the
Oh,
Mood
yeah.
for Love.
In the mood for love.
In the Mood for Love, Chanel. Yves Saint Laurent.
Yves Saint Laurent.
Your turn, my boy.
Yeah, fuck, I blanked. No, okay, so another favorite film of mine, which I don't know why they're like. Okay, so when you guys talk about your favorite films, are these like your comfort films, or are these just like films that you like? Are these? Would you say your favorite films are films that you could go to at any time?
I don't
and
think
make
Dog
you
Day
happy?
Afternoon is a comfort film for me.
No, but
Yeah.
like, could you be like, oh, I feel like watching Dog Day Afternoon today, and you don't have to be in a specific mood to watch your favorite films. Like, what are
Well,
your
I
parameters?
categorized it in the way like what impression it held on me.
Okay.
So the impression it made, right?
Yeah.
Of going like, this is why I love films. This is why I love acting. This is which actor I'm inspired by. So like with The Matrix.
And you felt that from The Matrix. Like, you knew you wanted to be an actor from that age.
Well, it maybe less so with the acting, but more so with the filmmaking. I was like, oh my God, how do they make this film, right? So like there's both a technical aspect, a performance aspect. So each film captures a certain essence of why I love films.
Yeah.
So yeah, my next one will also do that. So.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I would say School of Rock.
School of Cock.
School
Yeah.
of Cock, yeah,
No,
School of
right
Rock.
on. That dude, love School of Rock. So
That's a great
that's
film.
two. That's two for our boy Linklater right now.
Yeah.
Maybe we should
That's
do a
sick.
Richard
Nice one,
Linklater,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, we've already done several of his films.
Did,
We've
he
done like
did
3 of his films.
what is it? High Fidelity?
No,
No,
he did not.
That's Stephen
No.
Frears, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's done tons of good films.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he's
has. He has. But yeah,
Boyhood.
fucking
Before
Slacker.
Sunrise.
Oh,
Yeah.
So those 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused, Before Sunrise, and
I think we. I don't.
those
I
only
think we've
two.
only
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
done those
Yeah.
2. Yeah.
But yeah, School of Rock for me, like especially when I first watched it, I was a kid who loved
Yeah.
rock and roll. I like played classical guitar, and then like I
Oh.
really
You
like.
were that kid.
I was that kid. I was really that kid. Like it was such a like, oh my god, that's me, and
Yeah,
I
you
want to
felt
be
seen.
that, and I really wanted to be in a band. Like I really wanted to play on stage.
Yeah.
And literally, when I moved to Singapore, like as soon as I got to Singapore, they were like, it was easier to get into that. You can go to like band practice. I like started playing a lot more. Started a band myself. Like it
What
really
was it
had.
called?
Dude, I think the first.
Is it metal?
No. The cover band that I was in high school, we were doing like mostly hard rock, like not
Was
Nirvana.
it called?
like
Were you called
Foo
the
Fighters.
Crusty Socks?
Yeah, the Crusty. No, we were called the Coasters because we loved.
Coasters.
Yeah,
The
because we
Coasters.
loved
So like a surf band
like
or
beer
something.
coasters.
Wait,
and
how old
used
were
to-
you? How
Oh,
old
like,
were you at this point?
I was like 15, 16.
Yeah,
Okay,
right
so you were
on.
drinking beer by that point.
No, I
suppose.
mean I was legally not drinking beer.
Mom, I
No.
wasn't drinking
I was
beer.
no. I loved collecting coasters at the time, and I remember the coasters. It was just like a perfect. It just felt right because like we would always go out as a band and have a couple beers. But yeah, School of Rock.
School of Rock. I mean,
Just
that
holds like such a warm memory in
Yeah.
my heart.
And
Yeah.
you see that performance from Jack Black, that catapulted him into stardom. I feel like School of Rock was his launching pad.
For sure.
Like he had a career a bit before that, for sure.
But he
But
was
I think
just like the
everything.
fat, slobby
Actually, that's-
asshole in
that's-
most
that-
films.
But like that's another film, sorry, that almost rivals Mean Girls for me in
Oh,
terms
yeah.
of quotability.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have a couple of friends that I just quote that back and forth with
School
all
of
the
Rock.
time.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
School of
Oh,
Rock.
yeah.
School of Rock.
Let's
Those who
rock.
can't
Let's
do
rock today.
teach.
Yeah.
Those who can't teach.
School
Teach
of-
Jim.
And the man
Yeah.
destroyed the ozone.
Great film.
Yeah,
Great film.
great film. Oh, that's a pleasure. That's like a.
And that's got a better
Yeah.
soundtrack in my opinion than
Yeah.
Forrest Gump.
Really?
Personally, I love that soundtrack.
Yeah.
But is it a soundtrack? Like a lot of it. Okay, yeah, there is.
They
soundtrack
have
stuff,
lots
but
of
yeah.
like they have like the Ramones.
Yeah,
They
Led
have
Zeppelin.
they have David Bowie. They have
AC/DC.
Stevie Nicks, AC/DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motorhead.
Dude.
Between the lines.
Read between the lines.
I love
great,
that film,
great
yeah.
film.
I
Yeah,
wanna
that's a
watch
film
that,
that,
yeah.
like, if ever I'm down, sad,
Yeah.
having a bad day, School of Rock, man,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
cheers me up.
Has
right
anyone
away.
gone to the musical? No.
Oh no.
No, because like
It's not
is
Jack
I've
Black.
heard it's like a musical, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't mind musicals, but what I love about that film is that it's like it's
not a-
rock.
yeah.
You know, it's rock music. I don't want
Yeah.
like the Wicked version.
Yeah.
I don't want him to
Of-
break out
of
into
School of
song.
Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Weird.
But I've heard it's good though. To be
Mm,
fair.
mm.
Yeah. Great film. 10 out of 10. We haven't reviewed that. Anyways. Next for me is going to have to be a Stanley Kubrick film, and it's going to have to be The Shining.
Ooh.
That movie haunted me, and it was the first ever horror film I had ever watched. I remember my dad had it in his collection, and one night they were gone out for dinner, and I felt brave that evening, and I was like, the fuck is this film? Whipped it out, looked kind of creepy, and I was like, I got my chocolates and my Coca-Cola. Let's put it on. And I was disturbed. I'm pretty sure I didn't sleep for an entire week after that because I kept seeing the twins or I kept seeing the river of blood. There's a lot of things about this movie and the reasons why it's a masterpiece because it literally etched itself into most of our psyche. This film exists and has literally paved the way for the genre of horror to be what it is, I think. And I think Stanley Kubrick is a master because he dealt with so many genres and excelled in so many genres. And then you have Jack Nicholson. I think that was the first Jack Nicholson performance I've ever seen. And I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Because I want to be him. And he became one of my one of the treasured actors that I kind of grew up with. Yeah.
Oh,
Shining.
nice. For my next pick, I'm going to go with A film called Black Narcissus. So this is not like a comfort movie.
It doesn't sound like
I picked one movie. To
I've
be
really
fair, I picked
shifted
one. I
gears
picked
here.
one
Yeah.
film from my 5 that is a comfort movie, and that's Dazed and Confused. I think favorite comfort movies would be another good list, actually.
Absolutely.
Next bonus episode.
Yeah, exactly. But Black Narcissus, it's a Powell and Pressburger film. So Powell and Pressburger is Michael Powell and Eric Pressburger. They're 2 British filmmakers who kind of experienced their heyday in the 40s, 50s, and 60s. They made a number of fantastic films, including The Red Shoes. They made An Affair to Remember, Brief Encounter.
Give me. I want these movies. I love
Yeah.
them. Yeah, they sound really great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well,
Movies
there's
from the
actually a
50s and
documentary
60s.
that's just
Yeah.
there's a documentary that is about to come out about them that is narrated by Martin Scorsese, who's a
cool.
massive fan
Mm.
of those 2 filmmakers. But Black Narcissus wasn't nearly as successful as their other films when it originally came out. But it's shot in this gorgeous Technicolor. It's based on this book by Rumer Gosson, I think that's her name, and it's about this convent, like a nunnery, that's in the Himalayan mountains.
Oh.
And this strange man arrives at this convent, and I won't give away any of what happens, but basically it kind of sets off this like erotic revolution amongst these women who've made a vow of celibacy and of modesty. But it's a fantastic film. I saw it based on Martin Scorsese's recommendation because I watched this documentary where he talked about some of his favorite films when I was a teenager. Saw this, absolutely loved it. I've only managed to see it 2 or 3 times. Never on the big screen. I would love to, but it's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, Black Narcissus. Yeah.
Yeah, I need to add that to the list.
Narcissus.
Narcissus. Narcissus.
One.
Not like Black Narcissist. It's like Narcissus.
Oh, okay.
It's a different word.
Okay, okay.
Oh, great.
Okay.
I think there's like Narcissus Malfoy. Is that her name?
Oh, Narcissa.
Like Draco's
yeah,
mom?
Yeah, the
Ah.
mom.
That's
Yeah.
Narcissa. This
Yeah.
is Narcissus.
Ah,
Not a
interesting.
Anyway.
Okay,
Not a
okay.
CCC. All right.
That reminds me of my next favorite film, Euro Trip. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So I always ask this because like I still don't know. Do documentaries count?
Of course.
Absolutely,
Yeah, of
they
course.
count.
Of course. It's filmmaking. Yeah, absolutely.
The first films that were ever made were
Or
documentaries.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Train going.
Well, then for my 5th and final movie in this top 5 list of now is now it fucking the Dawn Wall. The Dawn Wall.
Dawn Wall.
Yeah.
Great documentary.
Oh, still haven't seen that.
So it is a National Geographic film. No,
I think so. Is it not?
I don't think it is actually.
No. Free
It
Solo
could be.
was. Free
Solo
Solo
was
yeah,
National
Free Solo
Geographic.
was
So this movie was actually released the same year as Free Solo, but it actually was filmed 4 years before and was supposed to come out, but shit happened. But it follows the life of this climber, and it goes through pretty much every single tragedy in his life. And I think also he got nominated for Best Documentary, but lost to Free Solo. But in the Oscars, but there's an animation bit where basically this climber and his wife at the time, his partner at the time, they go to Kyrgyzstan or Kazakhstan, one of the stans in Central Asia, and basically during a climb, so they're basically multi-pitching up a wall. So multi-pitching is basically you climb up, you pull up the rope, and then you climb even more. And there was basically a revolution, and terrorists started shooting at them on the wall while they were climbing up. And because of it being such a intense time in the documentary, they made the decision to go with animation rather than, your basic interview with the people that were involved.
Retelling. Yeah.
And I think this documentary is just so well crafted. It tells you what you need to know in, I guess, the 2-hour running time of his life, because I also read the biography of his book, and there's so much that they miss out on. But still, the way it looks, cinematically.
Yep.
Excuse me. By the way, the guy who shot this film is also the same guy who shot Free Solo, which is this amazing cinematographer called. Oh my God, I
It's
can't
not
believe
Jimmy
it's
Chin. The
It is
director.
Jimmy
Yeah,
Chin.
it is, yeah.
But he's one of the directors of Free Solo.
Yeah, he's the
isn't he?
director, but he was also
Yeah.
in charge of creating the entire rig.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
went up the wall, didn't he?
Yeah,
They've
so
done a couple films.
so
now
for
since.
Dawnwall, they actually had to create a special rig where they were basically suspended like in air, like in the middle of air. So basically, from the top of the mountain, they kind of go at a diagonal angle away from the mountain. So you can basically like, how do I explain this?
I can't help you.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know how to explain this, but basically,
Go watch
the cameras. They couldn't use drones because they were afraid that it might screw with the concentration of the climbers.
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah.
They couldn't use a helicopter because of the interference of like the wind.
Yeah, yeah.
They couldn't film from the ground because it's too far away.
Yeah.
And they couldn't film from above them because the angle is wrong.
Yeah.
So they had to
Right.
figure out this rig where you basically have wires everywhere attached to the ground and attached to the top of the mountain. And then you're in the middle where they're kind of like pulling you in air.
It's funny, the cinematographer is actually doing just as much work, if not more, to
definitely
to
more.
capture this
Yeah.
documentary about climbers climbing Dawn Wall. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's crazy to think. Yeah. Fantastic pick.
Yeah.
I watched that with my mom and it blew us away for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, final pick for me. I mean, I've talked about Children of Men quite a lot, and y'all know it's up there. But I'm gonna pick something different. I'm gonna pick my comfort food, my comfort movie, and it has to do with Paul Rudd, and it's gonna be Our Idiot Brother. I
Never seen that one.
cherish that film. That film is like my spirit animal. He is my spirit animal in that film. Paul Rudd just captures everything maybe I want to be. And if I were ever to, lay with a man, it'd be that character. I find him so sexy and so charming and so, I don't know, affable and likable. And Paul Rudd just gives a performance. I mean, for me, it's one of his best performances, but it's just so good. It's such a purely good film. So if you're looking just for like something nice to watch Our Dear Brother. It's just incredible.
Isn't that nice, like, underseen recommendation there as well?
Yeah.
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 I've never seen that film.
I saw
Yeah.
it. I've seen it before. I'm pretty, but I really want to revisit it based on Raf's words there. Yeah, my final film. I kind of wanted to end on this one because we were talking about like how lists change or whether or not they're cemented in stone at some point. I've been saying since I was 12 years old, I think that this was my favorite film.
Little 12-year-old
And-
Ollie.
Yeah,
What a beautiful thing.
beautiful angelic child with terrible thoughts. But this was
Incredibly
the film
sweaty mess.
No, that was like 14 when I got to Singapore.
Tell me you weren't sweating in Taiwan.
It wasn't as hot
No.
in Taiwan.
Yeah, there was winter. There's mountains.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this is another film we've done on the podcast. It's what kind of really got me interested in film on a different level. And that is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I see
And
most of your
again-
films, if not all, are on Heaven.
As you can see, I've been very open about this, that I have really, engineered my list so I can just talk about some of my favorite films, which I'm very grateful that I got to do that.
Yeah.
Even though it's meant that I've called like half of the films my favorite.
Now you're going to have to play catch up. Be like, shit, what do I do
Yeah,
next?
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, what else to say about this film? Listen to the episode. It's a
I mean,
beautiful film.
it's our highest ranked film.
Is it actually?
Yeah,
Wow.
because 6 of us were in the room, 5 of us were in the room.
Yeah,
Yeah, and we all gave it 10 out of 10.
Oh, highest ranked. I thought you meant like most people had listened to
No,
it.
I think
Oh,
only
no, no,
two
no.
people listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that's our list then.
Great.
Yeah.
I don't think we have to go through what we've been watching. So
Yeah. Yeah, let's just
Yeah.
skip that. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say like
just end it.
Okay, if you want to
Yeah.
do that now. Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, usually at this time we talk about what we've been watching from yeah, so those were our like top 5 right now, but like also not right now lists. But yeah, I think we kind of spoke a little bit too much about our favorite films, and we're not going to talk about what we've been watching, although I do have a lot of things to say about what I've watched.
We'll save it.
recently.
We'll dedicate the next bonus
Yeah, we'll do
to
it.
just what we've been watching.
Maybe we should do that. Yeah. Don't watch Bob Marley in the cinema.
And you know what? Just watch the movies that we have
Yeah,
mentioned.
yeah. That's
will be-
15 films.
yeah,
that's enough for like Yeah, that's enough for.
That's like a couple of hours right there.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I don't know
anyways.
math, but like.
Well, Raph wanted to kind of segue from our favorite films into the theme, but he didn't
I-
even talk about any of
I
those
wanna.
films.
I kind of capsized and
Yeah.
forgot my.
Yeah.
I don't know how to segue into this.
Well, we did. We
You
did.
got lost.
I got lost and
And
and,
you went off charts.
yes, into
and-
uncharted territories.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So I want to.
That's our that's what Jeff Goldblum.
It's our new. That's our new favorite impression is Jeff Goldblum. I do want to. Yes, I want to tell y'all about what you'll be watching for the next 3 episodes. Ollie, if you hurt my phone, I will hurt you emotionally.
Sorry, I just got like a Charlie.
I saw.
like a cat.
All right,
Yeah.
we need to wrap this up with the fans out there.
Yeah.
sorry,
we need to wrap this
go
up.
from the beginning.
All right. So this is one of my favorite genres, not just in film but in life. I want to be a part of this. I've always wanted to be this. I've always wanted to live out there in the open. And yar it up. And that's how I'm gonna finish that one. We're gonna start with Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl, which again, talking about favorite films, I mean it's up there for me. I love that film. And then we're gonna switch it up to go into a bit of the sci-fi realm with piracy and go Treasure Planet, a very nostalgic trip for me. And we're gonna finish it off with some realism, a real pirate tale. And you know what? I was going to go with a hijacking, but I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do Captain Phillips.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because a hijacking, it's hard to get online, and it's hard to...
It's hard
I've
to
never
watch.
even heard of that film when
Yeah.
you initially
It's
told us you were thinking
basically
of doing that one.
Captain Phillips, just with a crew of Danishmen.
Right.
Of Danes.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah,
Dane
yeah.
Hanks.
Exactly. I am your Dane now. No, so yeah, those are the 3...
Listen to me, I'm the captain now.
Life is like a box of but anyways, ciao for now. Thank you for listening. And
Subscribe, like, share.
no.
Trying to realize if Wonder
Yeah,
Woman
so-
comes out.
If you haven't already, get your tickets for Thames Rising and Sibling on the 29th of March. We're raising funds for medical aid for Palestine. So we're going to be donating all that cash, all that money to medical aid for Palestine. Ollie's going to be on the decks. I'm going to be on the decks. Raph is doing his soliloquy.
Yay!
Not.
And it's at Dalston Servant Jazz Quarters.
Or SJQ as they like to be called now.
March 29th, 6 till 2 a.m.
Hell
Wow.
yeah.
2 a.m. That's really late.
Get your
guys.
tickets on Resident Advisor.
Yeah, get it on RA. And yeah, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, give us a 5-star rating, and you know what to do. Ciao for now, my people. Love you long time. And yeah, see ya. Raph always laughs at that.
Why you wanna treat me this way?